Hi, my name is Shershaw Ibadi. A month ago, I purchased a car and came across many news articles about the prices of cars soaring. So I decided to look at the market and make my infographic project about the automobile industry. It is true that new cars, especially electric and hybrid ones, are in short supply. As a result, car dealerships are charging buyers thousands of dollars more than the manufacturer's suggested retail price. The low inventory levels are mainly due to shortage of labor at factories and ports in the US, supply chain backups due to COVID-19 and still continues, and semiconductor chips used in most of today's digitalized cars cannot meet demand due to war in Ukraine. Ukraine is a large supplier of neon gas required for lasers that carve tiny pieces of silicon to create semiconductor chips. So, in this project, I decided to investigate four economic indicators of the automobile industry, namely price, demand, supply, and labor, to get a good understanding of the current state of the industry. As you can see on your screen, that is my infographic presentation. There's price, demand, supply, and labor. And we'll go one step at a time. The first one is price. Price is what a buyer pays for a single car. In May 2021, the average transaction price for a new car was $41,578. A year later, May 2022, that price was $47,148. The average transaction price of a new car went up by 13.5%, as you can see. Now, the second one is demand, which is the number of cars buyers are willing and able to purchase at each price. In May 2021, 1.58689 units of new cars were sold. A year later, May 2022, only 1,115,810 units of new cars were sold, meaning there was a 29.7% decline in the quantity of new cars demanded. Given the law of demand, where there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, it is no surprise to see a decrease in demand because of an increase in price. Now, the third indicator at the bottom is supply, which is the number of cars a producer is willing to supply at each price. In May 2021, 1.5376 million units of new cars were produced. A year later, May 2022, 1.8277 million units of new cars were produced. There was an 18.9% increase in the quantity of cars produced. According to the law of supply, as prices go up, so does the quantity supplied. Again, it is no surprise to see an increase in quantity supplied after prices have gone up. Now, the fourth one, which is the last economic indicator in the automobile industry, is labor. Here, labor refers to the number of people holding jobs related to the motor vehicle manufacturing industry. Although there's a shortage of workers in the factories and ports, the number of individuals holding jobs in the industry increased in the past 12 months. In May 2021, 931,200 people were employed, but a year later, that number increased by 6.3% to 990,000 people, as you can see. So, in the last year, according to DallasFed.org, Automakers have boosted production in trying to meet the increasing demand. But because inventories remain tight and demand has outpaced supply, the price for new and used cars will keep rising. If I was part of the Economic Advising Council, to take advantage of the situation where demand has outpaced supply and prices keep rising, I would suggest to the automakers to produce as many cars as possible to not only maintain sales, but to increase revenue and profits. And more specifically, install the limited supply of semiconductor chips and models that have the highest profit margins to increase total profits. Thank you for listening.